Hey everyone, it's the Zero here coming at you with another Steam Deck video. This time I'm going to be covering Cyberpunk 2077 version 1.61. CD Projekt RED apparently updated the game recently with FSR 2.1, which really improved the visuals and the frame rate as well. And so far I've been playing it for like 2 days and it's been really impressive. I've tweaked the controls quite a bit in order to make the most use of the Steam Deck's features. Primarily the gyro is going to play a big role. So I wanted to present you guys with this video to sort of go over what I consider to be the best settings in the game. So to start off, I would like to show you my control scheme that I prepped for the game. It's called the Zero's Gyro Controls for Cyberpunk 2077. Currently, it's sitting at V1. You should be able to find this setting or this layout in the community layout of the game. So see if you can find it and just apply it. Next up, we're going to go into the game's settings. So here we are in the game's settings, and I'm going to go over sort of the list of settings that I'm using right now. I mean, sound is basically what you prefer, I would say, but pay particular attention to my controller settings. I actually am utilizing the mouse as controller input for both the right stick and the gyro. So the actual sensitivity of the controller settings with my layout doesn't matter whatsoever. So you can basically ignore that, but make sure that the mouse sensitivity is set to 5. 5, that's at least how I intend it to be used in conjunction with my layout. Zoom sensitivity at 70, it makes it actually a little bit faster when you're sniping. And same with third-person mouse camera, set it to 3. It's not that sensitive, but it's definitely nice to use while driving. But you can basically set this to whatever you want. It's not going to affect the gameplay as long as you use my settings, because it's all mouse-based. The reason I'm doing this is because CD Projekt RED, I don't know, in my opinion, really dropped the ball in terms of controller input. The sensitivity feels weird. From like back when the game came out in 2020, up until now, I've never found the actual native controls to feel great, not even good. They don't feel like any other first-person shooter, in my opinion. They are both simultaneously slow and way too fast. They have weird acceleration and ramp up settings, and even like the more the dynamic setting that you also have in Call of Duty doesn't actually feel dynamic. The raw setting for sensitivity that is supposed to be linear, I believe, doesn't feel like it's actually linear. And yeah, it's kind of strange how they went about this. So the cool thing is though that the game does allow mixed input very well. If you turn on aim assist, which I have off because I'm doing all my aiming using the gyroscope, but you can turn it on simultaneously with mouse input. If the game is also registering your controller input from the left stick for movement, it will still respect aim assist. So if you want aim assist, but also a better feeling controller overall, you can do that. So there's no shame in that, I would say, in a single player game. Yeah, these are my gameplay settings. Again, most of those are basically to your preference. I would pay attention to sort of my graphics settings here. There is a pre-made Steam Deck setting, but I've noticed it basically hovers around the 30 FPS mark. I think CD Projekt RED chose fidelity over performance. I have to say that the higher fidelity is not that noticeable on the Steam Deck, but you will lose a lot of performance. Like with the settings I'm using, you will actually have between 40 and 60 FPS at all times, 40 in the outdoor sections and 60 usually in the indoor sections of the game, while still having a really good looking game, as you could tell earlier. Let's see here. So yeah, this is pretty much my, so those are pretty much my controller settings. Now, how to actually use my controls. So when you're looking around, your gyro is always on. It doesn't matter if you are touching the left or right stick. They're basically always on. But I did keep in mind that when you, for example, go in the menu, that the gyro can be kind of in the way. So when you press the Start or Select button, it will actually go to a different layer on the controller, and it will deactivate the gyro. Now, if I start using left stick, if it reaches the outer boundary of the stick, it will switch back to gyro. The idea behind it is that you do everything you want without using the left stick. You use the D-pad or you use the trackpad. But once you're ready, all you have to do is leave the menu, and as soon as you start walking, If you reach the outer bounds of your controller here, of the left stick, it will switch back to the normal default controls and your gyro will be back. So you don't have to press an additional button to get your gyro back. And I thought that was, if I may say so myself, a really clever way of solving this issue. So again, pressing the menu or select button, the gyro will just simply turn off. Now, one of the coolest things I find in this game about looking around with gyro is actually driving in first-person mode. Because when you sit on your bike or are sitting in your car, the gyro actually feels like it's literally just moving the neck of your character. It's moving their head around while you're sitting in your vehicle. And it creates this like uncanny level of immersion that you just don't get with mouse input or with the right stick. Because I can still steer and everything and have the sensation that I'm actually like using my head to orient myself, to perceive depth or distance of my vehicle a little bit better. And because I'm using a mod, by the way, I will share my mod list later on in the video. I would recommend that you install these. Nowadays, Vortex, which is a very popular mod installation tool on Windows, is also supported on the Steam Deck. Use that opportunity to install some mods, because what I'm using here is also an FOV mod, and that mod allows, well, for a wider FOV than the game allows for by default while driving. The coolest thing about that is that if you widen your FOV a bit, it actually makes the first-person view feel way more realistic and fast. Like, this is actually what I feel like a first-person perspective should feel and look like when you're sitting on the bike. And as you can tell, it's going super fast. But yeah, I'm just looking around with the Steam Deck as I'm driving forward. It feels so good. It really transforms the game's level of immersion, in my opinion. Now, you might have also noticed that I'm not using a HUD of any kind. This is another limited HUD mod that I'm using that allows you to hide the HUD in the game under certain circumstances. Now, if I were to get into a fight, then the HUD will reappear. I will get my minimap back, my weapon information, my wanted level, etc. My health bar would return. But for now, I can just do whatever I want without being bothered by a HUD. And let me tell you, getting rid of a HUD in this game, again, makes the game feel infinitely more realistic and immersive than having so much clutter on the screen. Now, if you do want to get your HUD back, you don't actually have to get yourself into a fight necessarily. All you have to do is hold the left or the right trackpad pressed. You don't have to click it, just hold your finger on it. And after about half a second, it will make the HUD appear. So that's all there is to it. If I want to get rid of it again, now it's gone. Now, if you're driving third person, you might not want to have the gyro control the camera movement so much. All you have to do is, while driving, is just double tap the right trackpad, and now it's turned off gyro. So you can, as you can tell, I'm not moving around. Oh, whoops! I'm moving around my Steam Deck, but the camera's not moving anymore. In order to get it back, well, all you have to do is press the B button once, and it's back. The reason I did it like this is the idea is that once you get off your bike, you probably want gyro to be activated again, and simply by virtue of getting off your bike by holding B pressed will also reactivate the gyro. So again, I've tried to make it as easy and thoughtless as possible when it comes to the gyro implementation. It's there when you need it, but I try to get rid of it when it's not being very helpful. Okay, let's see if we can have some fun in Night City, shall we? I've almost finished the game's main story already, but let me see. There's a bunch of side quests I may have not done before. Maybe there's a Cyber Psycho somewhere close by. Oh, it's not so close by. Let's just go here. Let's see what we find. I know there's fast travel in the game, but I actually really don't enjoy using it because, you know, this game is all about immersion, in my opinion, and fast traveling doesn't feel so immersive, in my opinion. So let's just go and drive there. Oh, whoops. I need to hone my driving skills. Man, the traffic in this game has really like changed since the game came out. There was virtually no traffic when the game came out. I remember like it was so glitched out, this game. It's really come a long way in my opinion. Like it still has some rough edges and funny bugs, but no game-breaking bugs that I can remember. And I'm really curious about version 1.7 because they sort of promised, whoops, that they're going to overhaul the police system, and I don't know to what extent we can expect that to change, but I mean, it's already, Jesus Christ, what's going on with my driving? It's already a lot better than what it was, but it's still not great, you know. At least you don't have people like spawning in right behind you anymore. Oh, is there a fight going on here? Let's see, let's check this out. Oh, it must be down here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's down here. Let's have a look. Now, I do think I'm losing a little bit of performance because I'm also recording right now. So you're going to get a little bit better performance out of the game when you're not doing that, obviously. It's like aiming is so much nicer in this game with gyro and mouse's right stick. Hello. Bye. Okay, don't expect me to use any of my my quick hacks. I know some people like to go all Neo on people's ass, but I just want to show off like the gyro implementation. Okay, that went smooth. Actually, I want to say that my current character is like modded in a really inefficient way. I played through this game once before, and for whatever reason, I noticed that coming back to this game, like my second playthrough, I didn't finish, but you're gonna see like I don't give my character a particularly strong bias towards any ability whatsoever. I don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't think about what I was doing. I mean, cool thing is nowadays you can reassign your perks for a bit of money, but I don't know. I've been doing fine so far. It's just that I didn't really go for anything specific. I think I'm being really inefficient in my perk allocation right now. This is a cool bike. This might be interesting to know. So I got like CET running. That's Cyber Engine tweaks. So here's Cyber Engine tweaks. And I can actually assign certain values. Like this is where you control the FOV of the bikes. I think this is how I want it though. So yeah, but this is you can tweak your, like if you're familiar with modding on PC, it pretty much works the same on the Steam Deck. There we go. It's just that like especially in the bikes, like the FOV looks so much nicer in my opinion. It feels like it's because the FOV is so narrow by default, it doesn't feel like you're on the bike itself, if that makes sense. It's more like a camera is sitting on the bike with a really narrow focal length. And a lot of games do this, I've noticed, and it's like, it's really annoying because I think you're sacrificing so much realism and immersion as a result, because this wider FOV, I think it's at a good 35 degrees wider than the default FOV, it creates such a heightened sense of speed and also like the sensation of actually sitting on this vehicle. So, I don't know. Weird decisions by CD Projekt. Like again, the controller sensitivity, I feel for people who are on console and cannot mod the game like we can on Steam Deck or on PC, because like there are certain things that this game is just not very good at. Like controller input is one. Like you can't remap controller settings either, which is so strange to me. Like I know that the game wasn't finished when it came out on a technical level, but come on, like controller implementation, like could have been finished like during that period of time, right? Like, and especially now, like the game has been out for 2 years now. Like it's stable. Like why? But they're, you know, why are there not all these quality of life features that I feel are basically standard nowadays? Okay, what's next? What's next? Let's see. Inventory, no, let's go into map. Service points, Cyber Psycho. Oh yeah, I was going for that Cyber Psycho, I remember now. There we go. Let's go see what's going on over there. Even at the lower frame rates, because I estimate the game now runs at about 30 frames per second in the city environments, also, again, in part because I'm recording this right now. But they did something, like, to their credit, like, they did something to the frame timings in this game. Like, the engine, despite low frame rates, can still, like, feel very responsive when it comes to input. Like, it doesn't feel so bad. It's obviously not as good as when you're playing at like a solid 60. Which this game can't really maintain unless it's like indoors and there's not so much going on. But even though it's not a solid 60, it still feels really responsive, and that's really nice, in my opinion. Let's see. Gosh, can you imagine like Steam Deck 2 a few years from now can like run this game at a solid 60? That would be amazing. It's funny though, because despite the lower frame rate, like actually this on the Steam Deck has less stutter than my far more powerful Windows machine running this game, so.
Hey, a little bit ago, a tiger claw called for help, attacked by a certain Aki.
Oh wait, I think I remember this one. I think this guy's pretty tough, if I remember. Should we cheese him? If we can find him.
But I'd like to know for sure. Don't kill him if you don't have to.
I'll try, lady. Okay, let's use this on him.
And don't forget to watch your back.
Come at me, bro. Go for it. Woo! No, I think he's too strong to grab. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Yoink.
The hell is this?
Shall we make this an even fight? Which one do I sacrifice? This shotgun. So let's see here. Yeah, let's try this. Oh shit, I remember it, like he just puts me in like a situation with like other NPCs, jeez. I just ran right into that, didn't I? Oh wait, they're fighting together. Oh wait, so they're not friendly to him either, that's interesting. I don't remember this. Like I remember fighting this Cyber Psycho in my previous playthrough, but I don't remember it working like this. Yeah, there you are. I want to see them kill him on my behalf. He's just standing there. See, this is the kind of jank that the game still has. That's hilarious. Oh, get away from me. Oh, he died? I thought he was gonna... Oh well. Oh wait, I should have kept him alive. Fuck, okay, well. Oh shit, I'm about to die. Okay, let's take care of this. Ah, I'm blind. I'm so trash. Did she hurt herself? No. Oh, hello. Ah, come on. No, 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 no. Oh. There you go. Okay, better. Okay, let's pick a different vehicle this time, because it actually looks pretty cool from inside a vehicle as well. Let's see who's next. Oh, wrong button. No, come on. I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Let's see. Service point. Oh, here we're close to another psycho. Okay, let's do that. Yep. Yeah, I can definitely feel the performance tanking because I'm recording right now. Like, it might seem also a bit choppy in the feed, but like in the recording, but trust me, if you play this without any recording bottleneck, then this runs really, really smoothly. It still runs smooth enough to play, but it's just not, it's just not, look at me trying to be a real driver. Yeah, it's just better when you're not recording, trust me. Okay, well, I'm just gonna park right here, nobody minds. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, pressing down on the trackpad actually holsters your weapon. You don't have to go into the weapon wheel to do that. This is what I love about these trackpads. And by the way, if you own a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller, you can also find this layout on the Steam community page. Just make sure that you view all possible layouts, not just limited to your own controller. And these controls like translate perfectly to a DualSense controller. So I would say consider doing that. And now I'm stuck, I can't get out. Come on. Okay, yeah, so it's right next, oh God, it's this parking lot, isn't it? It's in here, here we go.
V, hey.
Hey.
Some construction workers went on strike after finding their tools in the morning covered in blood.
Uh-oh.
Their site's a parking lot where gangs have been known to pop up. Gang violence is a maybe, sure, but my money's on a cyber psycho attack. If I'm right, do what you can to incapacitate them. I'll take it from there.
Okay, I want my shotgun back. Where is my shotgun? Oh yeah, I'm also using like a no encumbrance mod. Like, I hate that this game actually has like a limit to what you can carry, but that limit is like unrealistically high, but it does get in the way instantly, like the moment you go over your maximum carrying capacity. So I figured I'd just install a mod that gets rid of that entirely. Okay, let's try to cheese this one then. Probably not gonna work, but why not? Come at me, bro. Come at me. Nope, not gonna work. Also this, like, why can't you just send messages from the quick menu? It's, don't get me wrong, I like this game, but it has a lot of quirks to this day where I'm like, that's not a bug, it's like just strange like UI and UX decisions that the devs made that just puzzle me a little bit. Like, you can't unfollow a quest, which is like that Hanako quest, around the end of the game. Like, on console, it must be basically in your UI field of vision constantly. Like, on PC, at least you can get rid of it, you know? It's so strange to me that they did it like that. Okay, I'm a bit curious, because earlier the frame rate wasn't this sort of choppy, and now it's getting really bad, so I think I am going to fast travel somewhere and see if it makes it better, or I might just restart my gameplay. Yeah, I think we're back with better frame rates. Okay, let's see what we can find in this area. Oh, there's a Cyber Psycho here. Let's go check that out. Like, I also changed the FOV here, and yeah, you sacrifice, I guess, a little bit of visibility, but I really have the sensation now that I'm actually sitting in this car, right? It's much closer. Oh, ha! It's much closer to that. Sure, God, the collision in this game sometimes. It's much closer to having the feeling that you're actually sitting in a car. You can see yourself sort of in your peripheral vision holding the steering wheel like you would if you're driving an actual car. And again, just being able to look around, even if it sometimes looks like your head is sticking through the window, it still feels better than what the default settings have to offer, in my opinion. So I roll with it, and I advise anybody who has a Steam Deck to do the same. It feels so nice to have the sensation that you're driving in, yeah. What's this? I don't remember this. I installed the diverse weather mod, which doesn't actually change the weather as far as I know. It just changes the way the weather patterns evolve, or it just becomes, well, more diverse. And it just makes me wonder why CD Projekt doesn't make use of this more, because I don't recall, like, with the vanilla settings, like, you know this look the sky has, like a post-rainstorm look, where one portion of the sky is still really dark and covered in shadow, and then you're standing like in God's eye, like with really bright but sort of cold lighting. I mean, this looks great. This looks absolutely amazing. All right, I have to scan the area for clues. Let's see. Oh, I think I remember this one. Oh yeah, when you, by the way, if you go into the scanning mode, it actually disables the gyro as long as you're holding left button. I felt that's easier to scan, actually. Yeah, now it's back. See, makes it all. It's all pretty simple, guys. I try to keep it as simple as possible. Oh, I think I remember this one. Like this guy, I think the Cyber Psycho has like booby trapped this place around the windmill. I think so. Okay, well, I think he's over here if I remember correctly. Let's have a look. Ooh, a sniper rifle, oof. I can take it anyway, who cares? Again, another quality of life mod that I installed, like I can just grab items in my vicinity instead of having to like manually loot every single character, every single box. Normally I wouldn't do that for immersion's sake, but, oh, whoops. He's still seeing me. Interesting, he can still see me. But yeah, it's just so, there's so much looting to be done in this game. I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Again, something you can do on PC, something you can't do on console, unfortunately. Okay, let's see if we can get a bit closer. Slowest reload time ever. Oh, I think he's using one of those rifles that can shoot through walls, right? Oh, the crosshair on this sniper rifle is so hard to see on the Steam Deck's small screen. Oh, come back. think he booby-trapped the place, so I have to be kind of careful that I don't step on a mine. And he's gone. Yeah, see, there's like mines and shit. Hello, what do you have? Oh! What? What? What happened? Wait, what is this? What's going on? Is this his, oh, is his stealth activating? Yeah, it's not, at first I thought the character just disappeared, but his stealth just reactivated. Funny. Oh, no, I don't want to call her. I want to text her.
V.
See you around.
Bye, V. Remember, the media lies.
That they do. Yeah. Turns out blah, blah, blah. Anything else? Where is my bike? There's my bike. It's too far away. Why does it spawn it all the way over there? It's way too far. Oh, phone call. Hello?
So, as much as I need you for this new gig, I know you need the adrenaline hit even more. There is a car sitting in the middle of a minefield out in the Badlands. I need you to grab it for me. The chances of you exploding aren't zero, but let's face it. Isn't life one big minefield?
Deep philosophical questions right there. Oh, hello. Let's short circuit you, shall we? Wait, would this work? I'm just gonna try. I'm probably gonna die. Oh, no, it works. All right, this is the one. AAA game design, everybody.
Fuck.
Another gonk who thought fate smiled on him.
Oh, look.
He's probably smiling himself before he OD'd on
What's this
Nelson
guy's name
shit.
again?
It's what you get for sampling male
Johnny Silverhand, but
strongest shit out.
I know this guy. He's like that big YouTuber. What's his name?
Poor bastard. His output's
Fuck.
probably out in
What's his name again?
Wait, unaware
The
of
anemic-looking
Gyro
motherfucker.
jelly.
Moist Critical. There you go. Like, you look like Moist Critical. Not like some famously nice Hollywood actor everybody knows. I don't know what they're talking about. All right. Okay, I'm gonna hit a landmine, I'm sure. Yep. Fuck. Okay, I have to actually get out of here with this thing somehow. Whoa, this accelerates like crazy fast. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Shit. Okay. So this is the part of the video where I talk about the mods that I've installed. First of all, Vortex is now natively supported for the Steam Deck. I'll link in the description the video that outlines on how to install it. It's quite simple. It just takes a few minutes. Most of the work is done by the Steam Deck itself. And once installed, it will allow you to automatically install Nexus mods and collections from the Nexus mods website. So that's really nice. Let me start it up here for a second. It's going to take like a minute or so. Yeah, I'm going to skip ahead. So here we are in Nexus mods, and I only have a handful of mods installed. I know some people have hundreds and hundreds of mods installed. It practically turns Cyberpunk into a different game. I just have some quality of life stuff. Some of these might not be obvious what they do, but they are necessary. I made a collection. Some of these mods, it might not be obvious what they do, but they are basically interdependent, so make sure you install all of them. I made a collection for them that I will also link in the description, so it's a one-click install every mod on the list. But there are a few mods that will not automatically install, and I'll link to those in the description as well. You can still manually install them by dragging their zip files into the drag and drop folder here, but not everything will be in the collection, unfortunately. So yeah, I have like limited HUD, so that I can get rid of the HUD as I showed in the video. There is an untrack quests feature if you want to use it. That's really handy. Sit anywhere, which really adds to the immersion of the game because, well, you can sit anywhere, or almost anywhere, which is nice. Oh yeah, no crowd panic from devices. Like, it's so annoying that happens. It feels really unrealistic. Like, why would anybody panic if you do that? No camera auto recentering. That really elevates the experience when you're using Gyro to look around in the first person view in the car, because it won't reset if you don't produce enough input within a radius of or time frame of 2 seconds. So it's all like quality of life stuff, like the what's the other one? Eye adaptation, complete overhaul. This also affects weather, which is really nice because I think it really makes the weather patterns like look more realistic and diverse. But more importantly, it actually makes like the HDR, not the HDR, but the dynamic range on the eyes, like focus on what's outside when you're in the car from first person, instead of focusing on having the correct exposure on the dashboard. Because they did it for whatever reason, they did it that way in Cyberpunk by default, and it makes it so that looking outside makes everything look way too bright when you're in a car, and so that fixes that. So yeah, I would just say just install everything you see here, just follow the collection in the link and any additional link that I provide. One important detail, really important detail actually, is over here. If we go into the properties, the launch options of the game. So RED for EXD has a bug right now that it doesn't work properly by default. So I use a wine override, which can be activated by this line of code specifically. I'll link that in the description as well. Use this as the first line in the launch options, otherwise it won't work. But if you don't use this and you've installed all of the mods that I'm using, then it will give you a script launch error, and the game will just crash every time you try to launch it. But if you add this line, it should work fine. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and above all else, have fun.